Let's see what we have here today. We have the Tower at the bottom of the deck after yesterday's dream tarot reading. This card, while I was putting the cards back in the deck, this one flew out, you know. So a tower moment was also mentioned in one of the tarot readings. So let's just see what we have from yesterday's videos, energies. Tower moment, somebody is, and also the Star card, Justice, Devil, the Chariot, Wheel of Fortune. Who knew all the major arcana was sitting here? The Star. Okay. All right. I've just taken a bunch of major arcana. We need to talk about this, okay? We need to really talk about it. I'm going to put these cards here. The main energy seems to be the Tower. Something has happened during the dreaming last night, okay? So maybe it's a Tower moment, climax, an epiphany. So somebody has had a realization of a lifetime, of a millennia. Something about the fear programming doesn't work anymore. The guidance is very strong. It's coming from a the highest self, okay? The highest self. Wheel of Fortune. It was time for this avatar. So the potential has been reached. The highest potential. So whoever it is that you are looking at, and whoever was looking at you in the highest level potential, but maybe here your interactions with them have not been in a situation or circumstance of that highest potential timeline, okay? So let's say you met somebody about like a couple of years ago, or very recently, and you've had some sort of history with them, some interactions with them, and you're like, what is this person doing stuck here in this mosh pit, right? In this dump of a life. And they've also felt the same way. And you all are getting information about why is it that you're stuck here. There was some sort of fear programming going on. People around you in your life were put in a trance to inflict this darkness. Okay, but before this was after this comes ultimate happiness. Somebody felt like they had to show up in certain places that were very bad for them, and now they're being relieved of this, okay? It's like the chariot of the gods have come down. So this is divine justice at play, and reach from the darkness into the light. So this is not just happiness, this is revelation with the Tower card here. So this is an amazing tower, great Tower moment. Something about the dream last night, If you can remember, it seems to me like, you know, okay, there was a place which y'all generally don't frequent, but this is a location. Very dark activities have happened here. All right, but it's like you were airlifted out of there, right in the middle of the dreaming. You were not supposed to be there. There was some sort of, there's a place with hypnotherapy. Anything can be used for good or bad, right? So there is this place that does hypnotherapy for good. Okay, does hypnotherapy for good, but somebody who took you there, somebody who knew you were going there, okay, they might have bribed someone. Okay, this looks like somebody who's bribing someone or sitting at a table. They've bribed someone there to actually put you in a trance. It seems like that. Okay, so it's that pocket of memory where there was some manipulation going on, give you a weird, making you process a lower timeline. Okay, making you process a lower timeline. The 8 of Cups. You're being moved away from that place. So as soon as that dream space began, that dream scenario began, you began processing. You got to work immediately. There is definitely a death. There's definitely a death that you are investigating, or multiple deaths be investigating, or you were basically, they were going to trap you into investigating something very dark and heinous in the subconscious. Okay, but I think you've been released from that. This was your choice because you knew something better was going to come for you in life. You knew that there was something better. So there is definitely something about sound frequencies and making you lose sight of your original timeline. Okay, your original timeline that works for you or is meant for you. Right now, you've decided, you've walked away. You've walked away from that space into the timeline that you were meant to be, or the space, or the port, or the platform, or the boarding gate. You've heard the calling. You've heard the calling for your original timeline to come about, and you've skipped this. Even speaking to this person, maybe you got dragged into it a little bit in the subconscious, but you kind of knew better. This is the Death card. This is Anubis. No, not Osiris, I'm sure. 6 of Swords, River Styx, Temperance. Of course, there was some sort of manipulation there as well, right in the middle. Like while you were walking, you heard the calling and you knew you were supposed to set sail on your ship, move forward. You heard the calling and you're walking there. There was some sort of hindrance placed there as well, some sort of distraction as well. This is Temperance. It could easily be a Sagittarius. It keeps coming up quite a bit. This card basically means divine intervention, or divine intervention. So God is asking you to judge for yourself what the higher timeline is. Look at it sitting up on the tree. This card is reminding me of the movie Flipped. Okay, so there's this girl who's life gets flipped. It's a very young girl. Her life gets flipped, okay? So this could have been about, this is 14 years of a flip that happened for somebody, and then that's a very long time. But in the dreaming, it's just a few seconds, it's a few minutes. In real life, like you're actually dreaming just for a few seconds or minutes, and it feels like a 7 or 8 hour dream, right? So that is how you experience life. If you've had a certain experience in life, and it's trying to course correct, your mind is trying to course correct. So you'll have a dream which you've just had a dream, okay, last night, whatever that dream was. It was a course correction dream that has corrected the damage of 14 years of damage. Now, if I personally try to think back on 14 years of my life, that is okay. Or let's say 2023, and that is 2009. So something happened in 2009. We all know we had the real estate market crash and banking crisis, etc. We were reeling from that, and our life was flipped, turned upside down. Now, so that may have caused you to take up things that were not intended for you, or that was the only those were the only offers that were coming towards you. You did not know this, but there are people in your life who knew this, that in the wake of that crisis that happened, or whatever crisis was relevant to you, happened 14 years ago, there were a lot of people in your life who knew you will take up this offer if it was presented to you in a certain way, right? And in a packaged, said in a certain way. So if they said the right things, you would take the deal, right? The deal was, of course, to basically investigate some matters of, this is karma, right? Karma, matters of life and death. So what you do in life, and how that will give you that. Life is basically us just walking towards death, right? So the event that happens that causes your death, the best way to go is written everywhere. Like, you go peacefully in your sleep, right? Peacefully in your sleep. This also looks to me like a Viking funeral. They set the body sail in a lake on a boat, and they set it on fire, right? So somebody's like, what are the options? And they try to investigate it through your mind, especially your subconscious mind, your dreaming state, your astral body, your waking, your light body through hypnosis. And there, you might have come across somebody recently who you've been listening to. They have been crucial in correcting this, okay? They have been crucial in helping you leave this task, leave the research and move forward. So this was also you being, 3 of Wands is also delays, right? Like the Temperance card. This is a third energy. This investigation was intended, okay? This, you were supposed to do this investigation, but not in this way. This was a there is somebody definitely in your life who knows how they are going to go, right? How they're going to go. So if they retrace their steps backwards, then they know that they have this karma, this really bad karma and unresolved, and in this lifetime this is how they are going to go as a result of this karma, okay? Doesn't have to be a Sagittarius, but could be. We have Sagittarius, Scorpio here, we have Capricorn, we have Aquarius, we have Libra, okay, we have Leo. Who else do we have Cancer as well. So look at the list of major arcana. This is Plutonic energy, so that's Scorpio again. So these signs are important. This could also tell you when certain events are going to happen. Let's just say this is right now, but since this is Plutonic energy, which is Pluto is the ruler of Scorpio, so this event is going to begin in Scorpio season. What is this? This is a revelatory event. You're going to have an epiphany on the kind of codes that were spoken into your subconscious, the kind of words that were spoken to you that got you sitting at the wrong table, figuring out somebody else's course of events. So you basically became a counselor for people with bad karma and how to resolve it. Without your consent, without you knowing it consciously, without you taking it up, somebody rerouted you, fooled you into taking up that job, okay? It's like somebody trying to transfer their karma of some ridiculous scheme like that, or they understood that your heart was as light as a feather, so they were trying to replicate that sort of mechanism. That is also coming up, but it doesn't look at that. We have the Judgment card with this with the Justice cards here, card here, scales, okay? Right now, somebody who is as innocent and pure as your heart, as light as your heart, is being given karmic justice, okay? So they are also being relieved. So this could be your divine counterpart, divine counterpart, or divine soulmate. This is not just any soulmate. This is not a twin flame partner, companion, okay? Twin flames are basically people who have reached the point of the soul's journey where they are on the twin flame path, right? These are people with very, very near to no karma, right? This is their last lifetime. So they are here to figure it out. So maybe at 14 years ago, there are people who realized that you were on the twin flame journey and your karma was very low. So they thought they could do something similar to you, or they could keep you near them, and then they would also be picked up to walk the twin flame path and reach this place of ultimate cornucopia, which is moksha, nirvana, relief from reincarnating back here on this plane of existence, okay? The 3D plane. This is definitely something about the 3D plane. So this has to be about your material world resources. Somebody thinks it's easy, you have everything. That might be true, okay? That might be true. That is the reason why your karma is light in the first place. Okay. Somebody wanted you to turn your back to this, but now you're being rerouted into the unknown. So for 14 years is a very long period of time. Oh, it's not 2009, is it? Yeah, it is 2009, sorry. Correct. So 14 years is a very long period of time. You could forget basically everything about your life if you were not a very powerful soul in the first place. Your mind could be completely you could be completely brainwashed and set on a course which was completely out of alignment with you. There's a detour that definitely happened, but like I discussed, you might have been one of those who were born on a wrong timeline. So since we have the devil here, there's something karmic. So relieving the karma of the family that you were born in, or it could be the place that you were born in, or the set of people that you were born amongst. Okay, it doesn't have to be directly your family, but it could be people around you. Like this is a karmic warfare. This is a very heavily low vibrating karmic timeline and world that you were born in, or you were forced to look at instead of the real timeline that you are a part of. And you have people who are there in your life who are in the same boat, okay? They understand this, but possibly, yeah, they understand it in exactly the same way. They understand it exactly in the same way, but the common ground here, is still this lower vibrating karmic plane. So it's it's not helping. Let's just say it does not help. So basically your spiritual background, the timeline, a very high vibrating timeline that you were supposed to be on, you were set off course from it, and now you are being rerouted back to it. So we are back to the same narrative, and slowly and steadily things are opening up to us. So we have definitely today where we are at is your divine counterpart is possibly going through karmic justice. We have Libra and Scorpio here. Any other cusps? Okay, yeah, sure. So Sagittarius and Scorpio cusp as well here. Sorry. Look at that, the Death card. So we have Cancer and Leo cusp. We also have Sagittarius and Capricorn. So Cancer, Leo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn. People at these cusps. So or things are going to happen at these cusps. Either one of those or both. Okay, people born on the cusp, events happening in the cusp. It's going to be major because the next cusp that's coming up is Libra and Scorpio, that tunnel, and we're going to have eclipse It's going to be in between two eclipses. The cusp is going to be right in the middle of two eclipses, and the pre and post post shadow period, yes, of two eclipses. So this is going to be a major tunnel. What's going to happen in that is the original state of the soul is being restored within the individual's minds, right? So the people who misled you, misguided you in these last 14 years, all of it was to figure somebody else's karma out. So it's like somebody made you a guidance counselor for very, 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 very heavy karmic souls. It's basically they did not want any guidance as to how to, they did not want to work around, they did not want a payment plan. They just wanted to basically dump their karma on you. And that it doesn't do that, but that intention, even if it is paved with good intentions, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. The meaning of this is that even if you have good intentions, if you don't take action, so you might have been telling them that, hey, do this, such and such thing, and you will have balanced out your karma. Probably not in those exact terms, but you've been telling people to be aware of such and such thing, do this and this thing, or you're being nasty, you're being a bully, whatever stage you were in your life, in your connection is in that age. So you've been telling people in your close connections to be very careful, take action on these things in your life, so that you can balance your life out, restore some sort of balance, okay? And if they'd avoided that, hoping that once they have told you, you will take care of it, okay? That is a one-way trip. That is the best assured way to get a one-way ticket to hell. You can look up the phrase, the road to hell is paved with good intentions, right? And then we have, at the moment this is happening, okay, so you have left the table. We read this card yesterday, the devil card. You literally left the table. It was time for you to leave the table. I think I'm going to read the devil card again. Some very important energy or explanation, at least, as to what is happening right now with us. The devil, a figure sits with shadowed eyes and an easy smile, a little bit menacing and a little bit intriguing. A sweet voiced temptation. The shadows here are dark, but the brilliance of the light also makes it difficult to see clearly. A time of sitting in the shadow of something or someone, bound by fears or blinded by illusions. The need to stand up and move away from the darkness at this table and explore the light beyond. So look at that. The explanation in the guidebook about this devil card is that it's right next to temperance, right? It's like that 14 years explained in the right. So this person who was supposed to do this job basically switched places with you because they wanted to take a break. Let's just say that. You don't know this entity. This entity was supposed to be doing that job, just left, and then you had to take the place. Let's look at it from that perspective. Let's read the temperance card, since it's right next to it. A winged figure gracefully fills a cup without looking at the vessel. A measured, well-practiced action. Their long gown is stripped in black and white, the lightness of one complementing the darkness of the other. This is a place of balance and tranquility, moderation and virtue, alchemy and tea. Okay, she's pouring tea. Here there is a mixing of opposing forces into harmony. A time for compromises, equilibrium, self-control. The finding of happy mediums. Okay. So this is about beverages. A beverage that made you happy finally gave you the set of things that liberated you out of this. So I think the hypnotic trance that was put was let's say, you sat at this entity was supposed to be at this table around you. Let's call them the counselor, right? You find the counselor, you find counselors everywhere, in every category possible. So whoever was sitting at this table was, so let's say in this spiritual dimension, right? They were supposed to be sitting there, and then they were not. So somebody pulled your soul up, took advantage of that point, of them taking a short break, and took your soul and put it up there, right? Put it in its place. And in the 3D physical world, they were connected to you through possibly work. Okay, work. And then there came a time when this entity was back. This entity was back, but it was just observing you from a distance. It was observing you from a distance on how you're faring well. It just couldn't throw you off because your soul's energy is it's very bright. They come from a dark space, and 3333